Okay, so today we're going to go over a simple consumer surplus, producer surplus question. In this question, we have to figure out, we're given the two equations for the functions for the quantity supplied and the quantity demanded. This question is actually a four-part question where you'll have to solve for P star, Q star, consumer surplus, and producer surplus. So we draw our graph, we label it with the price and the quantity, and our Q star, P star, and then we have our demand and our supply curves, and we can begin to do the equations to solve for these four. So the equations are over here. We started with the first one, which is we set the functions equal to each other and solve for P. So we have 10px minus 100 equals 200 minus 5px. Take out the px, do some simple algebra here, and we have 15px minus 100 equals 200. And we add the 100 again, some simple algebra, and 15px equals 300, therefore px equals 20. Now we can plug those into these equations here, just to be sure that they are equal to each other, and we do that and come out with some simple algebra. 100 equals q, and the same thing over here, 100 equals q. So then we go on to question, now we have our P star here, and we have our Q star here. So we can label our graph. P star is 20, Q star is 100. Moving on, we have the third equation we would need to solve for is the consumer surplus, which is located up here in this portion of the graph. So we use set the quantity demanded to 0, and we're looking to get this number here. So that's the first step to solving the equation. So we use quantity demanded set to 0 equals 200 minus 5px, and we get 200 equals 5px, and 40 equals px. So plug our 40 in up there. Now we need to know what is the difference between these two, which is the 20. So that gives us this portion of the triangle we're trying to solve, using the simple solution for how to find the area of a triangle. We use the half of the base times height. So 50 would be half of the 100 would be the base, times the height, which is the 20 over here that we calculated. And then that equals $1,000 is our consumer surplus. Following the same principles, we now solve for the quantity supplied we solve for the producer surplus, and we use the quantity supplied set to 0 equals 10px minus 100. So using the function from over here that we were given, just plugging that in down here, and we do some simple algebra and come up with the p equals 10. So we plug that in over here, do some math, figure out that it's 10, and then we use the half of the base times height again to come up with the producer surplus. So we have 100, and half of 100 is 50. So 50 times 10, the number we came up with here for our height of the triangle, and we have 500 is the answer. It's $500. And that's the four-part solution for finding the price, quantity, consumer surplus, and producer surplus.